Hello everyone, welcome back to accountancy classes of Sri Mahavir International School. So as you know that in our last video we have completed till question number 17. Now we are going to start the next questions and now your chapter is at the end. Today in this video we will complete this chapter. So let's see question number 18. What is there in this? Open T-shape account for machinery and write the following on the proper side. T-shape account. T-shape account means every account will be prepared in the T-shape. T-shape that will include particular amount. Okay. But before telling this question number 18, I want to make you understand one concept. That will be real account, nominal account and personal account. These three are very important for you. Means I am discussing here very briefly now, because in the next two chapters we will discuss these points in explanation. Okay, so just I am telling you only briefly that what are these. These are the types of account, that real account, nominal account and personal account. Means all the accounts will be classified under these three heads. How it will be classified? Like real account. In real account we will include all the assets. Assets like your cash account, machinery account, furniture account, stock account. These all are your assets and these will be classified under real account. Nominal account. What is the meaning of nominal account? All the expenses and incomes. All the expenses and incomes will be recorded under nominal account. Okay. And personal account, as the name is telling here, personal, it will include your person's account. Personal accounts. Personal account means it may be of any, like Ram's account, Shyam's account. These are personal account. These are of any person's account. Okay. And capital account, any firm's account, any institution's account, these all will be under personal account. Okay. So just simply you should understand, real account will include all the assets, nominal account will include all the expenses and incomes, and personal account will include all the person's accounts. Okay. Now what are the rules of these accounts? That how the items will be debited or how the items will be credited. Real account rule says debit what comes in and credit what goes out. This is the rule of real account. That real account rule says that debit what comes in. Suppose that if any asset you are receiving into the business, so that will be debited. Okay, and credit what goes out. Any asset that goes out from the business, that will be credited. This rule is applicable only in the case of assets. Okay. Second is expenses and incomes. So rule of this account says debit all expenses and credit all incomes. All expenses will be debited. Whatever the expenses are there of business, all will be debited and all the incomes will be credited. Personal account says debit the giver and credit the receiver. This is the rule of personal account. Debit the giver and credit the receiver. Okay. So these are three rules of three accounts. According to these rules we will solve some questions. That's why just I made you understanding first here. Suppose that just I am telling you examples. Just write here machinery purchased. Suppose that the point is machinery purchased. Okay. Now nothing is mentioned here that it is in cash or credit. So in the absence of any information, in the absence of any name, we will assume it cash purchase. So just assume it that this is cash purchase. So first of all, know that which two accounts are affected in this case. Two accounts that are affected, first will be machinery account, okay, and second will be cash account. These are two accounts, machinery account and cash account. Now, machinery and cash, these both are your assets. Machinery is fixed assets, cash is current assets, okay. So on both assets, the rule will be applicable, that is of real account, debit what comes in and credit what goes out. So what is coming into the business? Machinery is coming into the business. You are purchasing machinery, means machinery is coming into the business. So machinery account will be debited, okay. You are paying cash for this machinery. It means cash account. That is also your asset, and rule of real account says that credit what goes out. So what is going out from the business? Cash is going out from the business. So cash account will be credited, means to cash account. So in this case, we will just form the entry machinery account debit to cash account. What is the meaning of to here? To is denoting for credit transaction. We don't write here credit. We will write just machinery account debit, means what account will be debited here, that we will write DR, that is debit record, okay. And to cash account, items that will be credited, we will write for them only two. We will not mention any credit, any CR, no, just we will mention here two. So this type of transaction will be called journal entry, that we will study in next chapters. Just I am telling you briefly these points. So this transaction will be called journal entry. So every transaction will affect two accounts, and by these two accounts you will frame a journal entry, okay. And after this journal entry, it will be easy for you to form an account. Easily you can prepare, okay. Suppose that in the same case, I am telling you one more transaction. Machinery sold. Here also you don't have any mention that it is on cash or credit. So in the absence of any information and name, we will assume it cash sale, okay. So same point, first of all know that which two accounts are affected in this case. The two accounts that will be machinery and second cash. Machinery and cash, and you know that machinery and cash, these both are your assets. So the rule will be applicable, that is of real account, and real account says that debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So if you are selling anything in cash, so you will receive cash, means cash will comes in your business. So cash account will be debited. Cash account debit. And you are selling machinery, it means machinery is going out from the business. So credit what goes out. Credit what goes out means to machinery account. This will be your journal entry. So on the basis of such type of transaction, we will solve question number 18. In this question, we have to form an account, okay. So just see here how we will form account. In this we have to prepare, that is machinery account. So just see here machinery account. Only limited transactions you have in the question. It is particular amount, okay. This side will be debit and this side will be credit. Let's see the transactions. First is machinery purchased for. Just I am mentioning one thing, that if your machinery is increasing, then you will show in the debit side. If your machinery is decreasing, so that will be shown in the credit side. As I told you first also, that machinery is asset. Asset will always be debit if it is increasing. So increasing will be debit or decreasing will be credit. Let's see the first point, machinery purchased for. If you are purchasing machinery, it means it will increase your machinery. So we will write here machinery purchased. Purchased machinery, that is of rupees 5 lakh. Next point, machinery sold. Machinery sold means that will decrease your machinery. Machinery sold. We are preparing only machinery account, so you don't need to check the second account, just see only effect on machinery. It is increasing or decreasing. So machinery sold, that is of rupees 1,20,000. Next point, machinery discarded. Discarded means you can say that after completing the estimated life of the machinery, it is discarded. Now it is of no use. So that is also decrease. Machinery discarded. The amount of this 50,000. New machinery purchased. Again you are purchasing a new machinery, so that will increase your machinery. So write here new machinery purchased. It is of amount 2 lakh. Next point, machinery destroyed. Destroyed means that is also decreased. Destroyed, discarded, sell, these all will decrease your machinery. So it is amount 40,000. Okay, these were the 5 transactions. Now let's see that which side will exceed, debit side or credit side. This is debit side, this is credit side. So debit side total is 5 lakh, 2 lakh, 7 lakh. But here it is 120 plus 50 plus 40. It is 2 lakh 10,000. So debit side is exceeding. That is 7 lakh, 7 lakh. And this side total is 2 lakh 10,000. 2 lakh 10,000 is the total of credit side. 7 lakh minus 2 lakh 10,000. It will be 4 lakh 90,000 balance. This is a sample of account that how we will prepare. Just see again, machinery account, this is assets. Assets will always be debited, okay. So when there is increase in the asset, it will be debited. When there is decrease in the asset, it will be credited. Okay, this was question number 18. Let's see the next question. Question number 20. 19, you will do it yourself. See the question number 19. Is also just similar to 18th, so just you will do it your homework. Question number 20. What is there in this? Put the following on the proper side of cash account, debtors account and creditors account. You have to prepare in these 3 accounts, that are cash account, format is same, particular amount, particular amount. This side is debit, this side is credit. Okay. Next is debtors account and creditors account. Debtors account, same thing will be debit, credit, particular amount, okay. And last will be creditors account. These are 3 accounts. So see the first transaction, that is sold goods for cash. Sold goods for cash. It will be easy for you if you make journal entries first from these transactions. So just see here, I am just making journal entries. After journal entries, it will be easy for you to post in these accounts. Yes, so your first transaction is sold goods for cash rupees 60,000. Sold goods for cash rupees 60,000. Okay, see which two accounts are affected here. Sold goods for cash. So first that is sales account and second is cash account. Okay, cash is asset but sell is income, right? Assets, cash is asset, so which accounts rule is affected here? That is real account. So real account rule says that debit would comes in and credit would goes out. So if you are selling in cash, so you will receive cash, it means cash will come into the business. So entry will be cash account debit. Okay, here sales is income, so here the rule of nominal account will be affected. Rule of nominal account is debit all the expenses, credit all the income. So sales is your income, so it will be credited. So to sales account. This is your entry, cash account debit to sales account. Now see that out of these two accounts, which account we are preparing. We are preparing only cash account, not sales account. Okay, so in cash account we will make entry to sales account. Means cash account we are preparing, so we will not write cash, we will write to sales account. All the entries that is to, we will write in the debit side. If there is any buy, so we will write in the credit side. Okay, amount is 60,000. This is the first entry. Second one, sold goods to Hari on credit 20,000. Sold goods to Hari on credit rupees 20,000. Hari is your debtor because you are selling goods. Now see which two account are affected here. Sales, because you are selling on credit, and second one account will be Hari's account because in this there is no role of cash. Sales account and Hari's account. Okay, same point, sales is your income, but Hari is your debtor and debtors are assets, right? Sales account means income and incomes are related to nominal account. So nominal accounts rule says debit all the expenses, credit all the income. So sales account will be credited. So to sales account, it is credit, it means Hari's account will be debit. So entry is Hari's account debit to sales account. Which account we are preparing out of this? Hari account or sales account? We are preparing Hari's account, not sales account. So in Hari's account, we are preparing Hari. So we will not write Hari, we will write to sales. To sales account, that is 20,000. Okay. Next one, purchased goods from Krishan on credit. Purchased goods from Krishan on credit. Krishan, he is your creditor. So write here Krishan. You are purchasing goods from Krishan. So just see which two accounts. First that is purchase account or second that is Krishan's account. Purchase is your expense and Krishan is your liability. Liability how? Because you are purchasing on credit, you will pay in future, so that is your liability. So expenses, it means nominal accounts rule says that debit all the expenses. So entry will be purchase account debit to Krishan's account. See which account we are preparing out of this, purchase account or Krishan's account? We are preparing Krishan's account, not purchase account. So in Krishan's account, we will not write Krishan. We will write purchase. And how it will be posted? Purchase account is debited here. So in account it will be credited. This is the rule of entries, that if there is any transaction is debited in journal entries, so that will be credited in ledger. Accounts are called ledger. So this will be credited in ledger. So here we will write by purchase. By purchase account, amount is 36,000. Next point, purchased goods from Krishan for cash. what you are doing? Purchased goods from Krishan for cash. So first of all check that which two accounts are affected here. Purchase account, this is the first one. You are purchasing in cash, so second account will be affected, cash account. When you are purchasing cash, so it doesn't matter that what is the name of creditor. There is no use of this name, so account will be affected, that is purchase account and cash account. Purchase account is your expense, cash account is your asset. So here the rule will be applicable of nominal account, and on the asset rule will be applicable of real account. So all the expenses will be debited. So entry will be purchase account debit to cash account. Purchase account debit to cash account. We are preparing account of only cash, not purchase. So in cash we will not write cash, we will write purchase. Purchase is debit here, so in cash account it will be credited. So write here by purchase. What is the amount of this transaction? 10,000. This is the amount of purchase. Next one, cash received from Hari, rupees 15,000. What is there? Cash received from Hari. Cash received, it means first account, that is cash account, and second account, that is Hari's account. Cash account is your asset. Hari, who was Hari? Hari was your debtor. Okay, so this is assets. Both are assets, so the rule of real account will be applicable here, that debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So you are receiving cash, it means cash is coming into the business, so it will be debited, cash account debit to Hari's account. Which account we are preparing out of these two accounts? Cash account or Hari's account? We are preparing both accounts. So how we will enter this transaction? In cash account we will not write cash, we will write to Hari. So here just write down to Hari's account. What was the amount? 15,000. And same that when we are doing entry in Hari's account, so we will not write Hari's account, we will write cash. Cash is debited here, so in ledger it will be credited. So write here by cash. Amount is 15,000. Next one, cash paid to Krishan. Amount 28. Cash paid to Krishan. See which two accounts are affected here? Cash and Krishan's. Cash is assets. Krishan, who was Krishan? Krishan was your creditor. Creditors are liabilities. If you are paying cash, it means your assets are decreasing and liabilities are also decreasing. So in this case, rule of real account will be applicable, that debit what comes in and credit what goes out. Cash is asset. You are paying cash, it means your assets will decrease. Cash will goes out from the business. So entry will be Krishan's account debit to cash account. Krishan's account debit to cash account. So in Krishan's account we will write to cash, and in cash account we will write by Krishan. Okay, amount was 28,000. Okay, all entries are completed here. So now just find the balances. 60 or 15, that is 75. Out of 75, this is 38, so minus 38, it is 37,000. Balance of cash, that is 37. In debtor, 20,000. 20 minus 15, that is 5,000. This 5,000 is the balance of debtor account. In this, 36,000 is the credit total, 36,000 credit total, 28,000 total of debit, so balance will be 8,000. This was your question number 20. After this, there is question number 21. Just I am telling you briefly, you can solve it yourself. What is there? In the question number 21, you have to prepare, that is capital account. So what you have to do, that items that are increasing capital, that will be shown at one side, or items that are decreasing your capital, that will be shown on the another side. Okay. Suppose that if there is any drawing, so that will decrease your capital. If there is any expense, that will also decrease your capital. Capital account is a kind of liability. Liabilities are always credit. So whatever items that are increasing your capital, that will be shown in the credit side, and items that will decrease your capital, that will be shown in the debit side. Okay. Yeah, one more point I want to clear, I want to correct myself. Sorry for that mistake. Actually, now I told you the rule of personal account, that was debit the giver and credit the receiver. Just I told you like this. But sorry for that, that was rule debit the receiver and credit the giver. Okay, that was a mistake of just misunderstanding or misconfusion. Sorry for that. So rule of personal account will be debit the receiver and credit the giver. Okay. So by my side, your chapter is completed today. In next video, we will start the next chapter. Till then, you should study the chapter. If you have any doubt, so try to consult with me by WhatsApp, by call, by comments, anyway. Okay. But you should study continuously. Thank you so much. That's all for today.